What if I told you there are 14 independent nations with their own flags, anthems, and seats at the UN, yet they do not hold the keys to their own vault? When an Ivorian farmer sells his cocoa, or a worker in Niger mines uranium, a portion of the money from that sweat does not stay in their country. Instead, it flies directly to the vaults of the French Treasury in Paris. This isn't ancient history from the 19th century. This is a piece of precise financial engineering happening right now. Welcome to the Forbidden File, the story of the CFA Franc. To understand this, we must go back to 1945. France emerged from World War II destroyed and bankrupt. General de Gaulle realized one truth: without Africa's free resources, France would never be a great power again. So, he devised a solution that was both genius and malicious. Instead of expensive armies, they would use money. They created the franc of the French colonies, a currency that would chain these economies to France forever. But how does the trick actually work? Here lies the secret: the operating account. France imposes a strict rule. To guarantee your currency, you must deposit 50% of your foreign reserves into our central bank in Paris. Imagine your boss telling you, "I don't trust you to manage your money, so I'll keep half your salary and give you an allowance when you need it." This is exactly what Paris does. Billions of euros sit in France, helping the French economy, while Africa borrows its own money back at interest. But the 50% deposit isn't even the most humiliating part. Did you know that French officials actually sit on the boards of these African central banks? They hold veto power, meaning even if an African country wants to adjust its own interest rates to help its people, France can simply say, "Nah." They don't just hold the wallet, they control the hand that reaches for it. The result? These nations have a currency that is too strong, pegged to the euro. It sounds good, but it's poison for a developing industry. Because their currency is strong, their local products become too expensive to export. Meanwhile, French goods, wine, cars, machinery, flood their markets cheaply. It is a system designed to keep them as consumers, never producers. You might ask, why don't they just leave? Well, let me tell you the story of Sylvanus Olympio, the first president of Togo. In 1963, he decided to print his own national currency and break away. Just 2 days before the new currency was to launch, Olympio was assassinated by ex-soldiers of the French colonial army. The message was terrifyingly clear: leaving the financial zone is forbidden. Sankara refused to pay colonial debts and rejected French dominance. But in 1987, just months after challenging the system, Sankara was killed in a coup led by his closest friend, a friend who immediately restored ties with Paris. Coincidence? History thinks otherwise. But here is the uncomfortable truth: not all African leaders hate this system. For the corrupt elite, the CFA franc is a blessing. Because the currency is freely convertible to the euro, it makes it incredibly easy to transfer stolen wealth from Africa directly into real estate in Paris and Monaco without exchange rate risks. It is a washing machine for the elite, while the poor pay the price. This resentment is exactly what opened the door for new players. Why do you think Russian flags are waving in Niger and Mali today? It's not because they love Russia. It's because they are desperate to break the French chains. The CFA franc has become a geopolitical suicide note for France, driving the continent into the arms of the East. The era of financial colonialism is facing its greatest challenge. Are we witnessing the end of the CFA franc? Or does the Shadow Empire have one last card to play? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to see the other side of history.